I don't think brand marketing has changed an awful lot from when brands were built 20 years back to what they're doing now. It's just that this environment is one that you can't ignore of being highly networked.
So,
earlier also brands, sorry?
So how do you have to think differently?
I think the fundamental point on this one is going to be that if you have to build a brand, can I do it without engaging and without having a two-way conversation with the consumers? And increasingly the answer is coming that probably you do need to have a two-way conversation, and digital is a great enabler. So to that end, at this point, what I would like to say here is that essentially digital is providing you the technology to probably do something that you've always done earlier. And in this case, you'd be missing out on a great opportunity if you don't take the interactive part of this and start building engagement through that. So by itself, it's meaningless. Yeah. It's just that something that you've always done. And in today's environment of a highly networked society, you might as well use this network to your advantage.
First of all, it's one of the most interesting and one of the most exciting mediums for us to connect on as marketers, because this is going to be a two-way process. And the opportunity that social media and digital marketing offers, not necessarily exclusively, but definitely a little bit more, is that about co-creation. So from the marketer's perspective as well as from the consumer's perspective, it's the first time that you're really coming onto a common platform of engagement.
Right.
I don't think anybody has really figured it out. I think the first is just brand amplification. Typically what you see now is almost every brand will have just a Facebook page, either on a campaign or a particular product that's just amplifying its presence. I think the harder part is actually creating a platform. How do you actually use it in a systematic way to actually create that brand ownership? The one example I'd say that I like is the Nike running example. You know, they've gone from, I think, something like 12 million users to 500 million users globally over the last 5 years, and it's come to be sort of a real value to the community. So to me, social is about how do you give value to being part of a joint community.
I don't think you can dismiss off, you know, on an age criteria, I don't think you should dismiss off a medium, because it performs its own role. Maybe you would find that at a work scenario, it's being used more. Maybe search and email are higher there, and not so much of the social web. Though if I go by what's happening in offices nowadays, I mean, everyone's on Facebook as well. But I think as a medium, one shouldn't discount. Maybe it has to be used differently.